I want to talk about the education crisis and the so-called boy crisis. Now, this thumbnail in and of itself is enough. They say a picture could tell a story of 1,000 words, right? Or a picture's worth 1,000 words. This picture here, a thumbnail of a Fox News video about the education crisis in America, is worth 1,000,000 words, as far as I'm concerned, because these teachers are getting interviewed. They're weighing in on the education crisis, largely caused by female teachers, because female teachers can't teach boys properly, and they can't even teach girls properly, as far as I'm concerned. They're a proven failure because of feminism, right? Feminism is female supremacy and female enablement. So even female failures are enabled. Narcissistic, child abusing, child neglecting failures are enabled by society, and this is why boys are doing worse in school. And they're not just doing worse. That's a misframing of the issue. That implies it's like the boys' fault. They're getting sabotaged. So here we are, all female teachers, and there used to be more male teachers in the past, right? And that I think there's always been more female teachers than male teachers, but there's a closer balance. In the past, it was like probably more like 40-60 when I was a kid, right? Because female teaching wasn't high status enough. I mean, teaching in general wasn't high status enough, right? If you're just a primary school teacher, you didn't get paid enough. So the man couldn't earn enough to bribe a woman, right? And it was a safe job as well. So it was paid less, okay? So, but now the female teachers have pushed all the men out, okay? They've pushed all the men out, and it's near 100%. There's stigma around male teachers. There's suspicion of male teachers, even though there's countless cases of female teachers sexually abusing underage boys and having relationships with them. And there's like female nursery teachers, nursery workers abusing little toddlers and beating them, caught on CCTV camera, right? But the male teachers have been pushed out, okay? And there's a boy crisis. It's been proven that female teachers downmark boys in schools, right? It's a fact. So they're deliberately, maliciously sabotaging boys. This is how females operate. A male psychopaths and male bullies are bad enough, right? But female ones are even more dangerous because they're more covert. They go for even more defenceless targets. A boy in school, in primary school, is defenceless against a teacher. If a teacher wants to sabotage him and downmark him and label him and single him out and bully him and stigmatize him and sabotage his entire life, she can do it very easily. And status for boys is far more important than it is for girls. Girls could just drift by in life, right? And just like jump from job to job, jump from boyfriend to boyfriend. They're fine, right? Women can be aimless, men can't. They get punished for it, they get deselected, and they don't just get deselected, they get stigmatized and ostracized by the rest of society. And they get looked down upon, even outside of relationships, right? There's a suspicion and hate of single men. And the sabotage and the damage and the attack starts from boyhood, okay? And this even affects girls as well, like female or pupils as well. What schools do now, if a child acts up even in a minor manner, they phone the police and get them arrested and get them handcuffed, which is child abuse. You, it's a hostile, malicious act against primary school children. You handcuff them, you cart them off to the police station. It's traumatizing. In some countries, kids can get a criminal record from the age of 10. It's on their record forever, and they can't get certain jobs for life, right? So thus damaging the status of males again, right? Sabotaging them again, right? And the parents don't stick up for the children, it seems, when this happens. Because if I'm a parent, I'll go berserk if this happens to my child. Let's put it that way, right? So 100% female teachers, 100% female teachers getting asked, female teachers driving male teachers out, okay? There was a Reddit post, I think Trevor did a video on this, City Crusher did a video on this, on male teachers and how they're driven out of the profession, how they're bullied, how they're rules applied to them that are not applied to female teachers, and they just leave the profession, right? So female teachers drive male teachers out, and they sabotage male pupils, and even damage female pupils, but to a lot lesser degree than male ones. Narcissistic, child abusing failures can't teach children. It's just as simple as that. And this is a crisis, and it's just going to get worse and worse. It's going to build and build, and it's going to be harder and harder to fix, right? And more damage is going to be done to society, right? Okay. So over and out.